Hi, it's Orit Esther Riter once again with today's Daily Dose of Emuna. Today's Daily Dose of Emuna, Ma Yafu Pa'amayich Ban Alim. It's a beautiful, beautiful verse and pasuk in Shir HaShirim. And today's Daily Dose of Emuna is going to talk a little bit about the commentary of what that means for us. We all have difficulties, challenges, and as we approach Rosh Hashanah, it's at the heart of all of our tefillot. When can I have a breather? When can I finally sort of be in a place where I can walk through life and it doesn't have to feel so hard? So there's an explanation that comes down by Rav Auerbach Zatzal, who brings a beautiful explanation when he was approached by one of the families who came to try to receive some solace and comfort over such difficulties that this particular person was enduring. And he gave an example of what it means, what is the reward, what is the whole process and journey of going through all of these breakdowns and difficulties and even being filled with emotional turmoil. What does it do? Is there a light on this? And he went ahead and explained the process through the idea of the journey of the Jewish people as they made their way up to Yerushalayim 3 times a year for the Chagim. And so he basically gave the example of how the Jewish people would leave their possessions, how they would leave their homes in order to make this amazing pilgrimage up to Yerushalayim 3 times a year. Now again, let's understand what we're talking about. We're not talking about the days where there were security cameras, emails, any of that. None of that was available, right? So people would leave their homes, they would leave their cows, their cattle, their possessions, and that was it. They had no one else. There was no collateral. And they would leave, shut the door, and make their way through this journey of days, weeks, long weeks, up until they would reach Yerushalayim at the time to bring up, their korban in the Beit HaMikdash. And it took a tremendous act of courage and Emuna to be able to just leave and just say, I have Emuna Shlema that Hashem is going to be watching over my property so that when I come back, I could just open up the door and find it all there intact. Now, there are non-Jews in the area. There are people who, don't have any, unfortunately, cheshbon nefesh, particularly, the people who were not Jewish. And they had to go with that feeling of, it's going to be okay. I'm coming back home to everything as I left it. And so Rav Auerbach Zatzal had continued to describe their journey. As they're making their way up to Yerushalayim, they're finding themselves battling inside of their psyche. Is everything going to be okay? Is it going to be there? Can I really trust? And then they would go and surpass those emotions and say, yes, I have an Emuna Shlema. Hashem loves me. Hashem's going to take care of me. I'm going up there to be with Hashem, to do as was instructed. And I have to have Emuna Shlema that it's going to, in fact, be taken care of in the way that Hashem sees fit. And yet tov, as they say, right? And then they would feel rest assured and then make their way another half a day through the journey, passing through the vineyards, passing through the fields of others, seeing cows, seeing the cattle and the sheep and the lamb of others. And once again, into their psyche would flood the same doubts, worries, and concerns. Is that going to be waiting for me when I come back? Will I have what to live off of? This is my entire parnasa. I'm leaving it. How can I be rest assured? And once again, they would picture what it feels like to be in the Beit HaMikdash, the endless, eternal pleasure that they would receive as they would enter into the Beit HaMikdash, and that would calm their soul down and calm their emotion down, and they would feel like, oh, okay, I feel Be'ezrat Hashem, it's going to be okay. And then, of course, when they're in the Beit HaMikdash, well, everything is forgotten then because you're in Gan Eden, Me'ein Gan Eden, back again, feeling the presence of the Holy Shekhinah right there, and everything is forgotten. All those worries, it's all forgotten. And so Rav Auerbach presented to this particular family that came to him with their worries and said, tell me, what do you think? Which part of the journey, the pilgrimage with all those battles of constantly fighting the psyche of Emuna and surpassing it and overcoming it and reaching up higher to Hashem's presence, is that part of the journey lovable and endeared to Hashem, or is it the part when they finally make it into the Beit HaMikdash and they present their korban and they feel this endless hana'ah and pleasure and delight as they come close to Hashem's home? And Rav Auerbach then recites that pasuk, Ma yafu pa'amayich ban alim. How wonderful are the two types of shoes, so to speak, the two types of sandals that you wear. And he says to the family, there are two sandals that people wear, one of which is the sandals they wear when they're involved with this difficulty and inner struggle to stay close and stay connected to their Emuna and to Hashem and surpass that Yetzer Hara is always trying to say to them, go back. You're not going to find your stuff there when you get back. Hashem's not going to be watching over it. What are you doing? Are you nuts? And then you have the other pair of shoes when you're involved in that area of revealed Emuna and you're connected to Hashem and you feel Hashem's presence right there with you. And he goes on to express, and he says, those two types of sandals, which one are the type of sandals that Hashem prefers you to wear? And of course, we would think the other one with the Beit HaMikdash, but no, it's the one where the Jewish, psyche is in the midst of the battle of trying to constantly hold on to that Emuna. That is what is endeared, in fact, to Hashem. So from here, we learn that when you're involved in that place, don't think that you're doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. You're wearing the other type of shoes, the shoes that Hashem gave you as well to wear, the shoes that He loves that we wear, that the time in our lives where we, have to fight to elevate ourselves, where it doesn't come naturally, where we feel like I'm holding on to with my dear life, to have that most important relationship, and that's the relationship with my Creator. And so next time you find yourself wondering, what shoes should I wear today? What sandals am I going to be put onto my feet today by Hashem? You can remember that whatever shoes it is, even if those are shoes in which you have to cross over the fields, view other people's vineyards, and wonder what's waiting for you at the end of this journey or in the midst of this journey, remember that those shoes were put on by Hashem, and they are endeared and they find favor in the eyes of Hashem. And be proud to be wearing those shoes. Ma yafu pa'amayich ban alim. Remember that pasuk, particularly when you say it on Erev Shabbat in Shir HaShirim. I'm wishing you all an Emuna-filled day, filled with smiles. Have a great day.